And new at 10, you saw the 2020 story about a rehab mogul being sued for sexual battery and accused of giving women drugs. We were first to tell you about him, and Denver 7's Jacqueline Allen has been following his company for more than a year now, ever since it illegally set up shop here in our state. Jacqueline, you found out he has opened new rehab centers in Colorado, but won't tell you where.
Well, Christopher Bathum tells me he now has 5 sober living houses here in Colorado, and he won't tell me the locations. He says to protect privacy, but neighbors who have dealt with him say it's more likely because those rehab centers are probably unpermitted, just like the ones he opened in their neighborhoods. Walking in his Parker subdivision,
it was miserable for us.
Tom Stockman remembers when the sober living house that opened next door looked like this, a front yard covered in cars and dumpsters.
There were just mass amounts of people here.
Community Recovery Colorado, run by Chris Bathum, had opened an unpermitted rehab center in the middle of the neighborhood. We found the same story in this Parker area house and this Denver house.
Before, it was a bed and breakfast. So it was a big change. You know, it brought a whole new, different kind of people into the area.
And while Bathum would never talk to us, in tonight's 2020 report, Bathum, a convicted felon, denies new allegations of sexual battery and drug use with clients in California.
Have you ever used meth?
I have experimented with every drug probably known that's out there because I think it's important to do that a long time ago and to know long-term effect for sure.
Since Denver 7 first reported on his sober living houses popping up in neighborhoods last year, both locations in Parker have been closed down. The town of Parker cracked down on this one with a long list of conditions. Documents obtained by Denver 7 show Community Recovery did not install the required sprinkler system, and they left voluntarily. How did you feel when you found out they were leaving your neighborhood?
It was such a relief.
Tom says now a nice family lives next door, and he feels sorry for the next neighborhoods Community Recovery moves into.
They're sneaking these people in there, and my guess is that they're not complying with any kinds of the limits that they're supposed to have to make it a livable situation.
And we checked. The rehab center in Denver on Arapahoe is still open. After the city issued a cease and desist, the facility applied for a zoning permit and was approved with conditions. We checked, though, and the Secretary of State's website shows that location is now out of compliance. Reporting live, Jacqueline Allen, Denver 7.